Hey, Mike Hilly here, and I'm excited to go over the IX Global Compensation Plan for you. So how this is going to work is if you'll pay attention, you may have to rewind this, you might have to pause it, kind of draw it out yourself. I'm going to use a dry erase board here in a little bit to kind of get it back into understanding so you fully understand this. This is not as complicated as a lot of people make it out to be. But what we're going to do is I'm going to go quickly through a couple slides just to give you kind of a general understanding. Then I'm going to go into the actual compensation plan PDF document. We're going to go to the last two slides on that PDF, the 2 pages on that PDF, and I'm going to break it down for you, draw it out for you so that you fully understand the simplicity of this and how to get started with this. Okay, so let's just jump to the screen real quick. So first thing is we're going to build our business and we got to know what the packages are. And let me kind of explain the packages. So if you look at the very top one here, the first package is this is a license. This is actually a subscription for someone for $50 that only wants to purchase licenses. So let me explain that. You do have the ability to obviously sign somebody up or basically refer the node licenses to people for them to actually be able to purchase them at our wholesale, because that's what we do. We sell licenses at wholesale. That's what IX's platform is. For $50, they can actually do that and they can go in and purchase it. Okay. However, at a $50 node license membership or subscription, that person cannot be paid anything else I'm about to show you. They're not paid on referrals. It is strictly a wholesale membership, just like if you bought a Costco membership or Sam's Club to be able to buy wholesale. Okay, so that's all that is. Now, back to the PowerPoint here. You do earn $25 if you sign somebody up at that, and there's $15 in qualified volume that goes into the tree. Now, the packages here that you're looking at that potentially somebody who wants to build this as a business and earn affiliate commissions, you've got a basic package, which is 115, a pro package, which is 145, and a premium, which is 180. Each one has its own benefits, and each one allows you to learn more. So the subscriptions are, you have the ability to go refer nodes and basically refer other people that maybe want to become affiliates with our program. As you go up in higher packages, it opens up the Forex trading, the crypto trading platforms that you learn, that kind of thing. And it's some very, very good information. So that's kind of the purpose of those. You just pick where you think you fit. On a basic package, if you referred somebody, you'll make a $5 fast start, and 80 of that package goes into the tree or into the business. 15 at pro, 15 at premium, and each one has a specific amount of volume. Okay, so it's real simple there. Now let me show you the apprentice bonus. Now this is real important because this is kind of the brick of building your bank, I guess you could say. You start, how do you build a building? You use it one brick at a time. The easiest way to offset your subscription cost is to become an apprentice immediately. Now, what it means to be an apprentice is this, is as an apprentice, you actually can go out, and if you referred just 3 people, you personally enrolled 3 people at pro package or higher, you're going to make the 15, 15, and 15. And every month as they renew that a subscription, you're going to always make that 15. But because you personally enrolled 3, every month you also receive a $100 bonus. Now what that means is if you referred 3 right here at the 15, 15, 15, and 100, you're actually making $145. And if we go back to look at what the package was, the pro pack right here is $145. So basically, if you were to go out and get 3 people in, it's pretty much almost like a 3 and free. So that's your building block. That's how we offset our subscriptions. That's how we introduce people to do this just straight out of the blocks. And if all you did, if you decided to build this, was teach that and repeat that, you're going to be able to figure and use your imagination as to what you have here. Okay. All right. So the next part I want to just show you is this. Now, this page right here, what we're going to do is I'm going to go through it quickly. Then we're going to go to the comp plan PDF. Like I said, I'll slow down. I'll draw it out for you, and I'll make sure you understand it. Now, what they have every month is, or I'm sorry, every week, they have these things called rank bonuses. A rank bonus is basically a rank that you achieve. So builder, and you do this, I'm going to show you this in the comp plan PDF, what it takes to get to these positions. So as a builder, you get an $87.50 weekly bonus if you do that. A producer, you make 200 a week, an executive producer, all the way up to an elite ambassador where you get $2,000 per week. It actually starts at global influencer. And so those bonuses are based on a rolling 4-week volume throughout your enrollment genealogy, meaning somebody you enrolled, somebody they enrolled, so and so begat so and so and so and so begat so and so. And all that volume basically starts to add up, and that is what gets you to your rank. Now, once you have that rank, in addition to everything else I'm about to show you, you will get these rank bonuses weekly. Okay, and what happens is if you've got week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, all that volume adds up to get your rank. The week 1 falls off, and then week 5 just basically starts over and adds to the next 3, adds to the back 3. So you always have the ability as you build this business and people coming in. Okay, so that's just the rank bonuses. We're going to draw it out in a second. And then a team commission. Now with the team commission, all this is most people call these like dual teams, binary structured comp plans, whatever. Basically what this means is you have the ability to build 2 teams. And what's nice about these types of teams is, we're going to draw this one out, is it's very simple. Is if this is you with the big X in your there, what you have is you have kind of a left team and a right team. So what we kind of call it. And if you were to personally enroll your first one there and your second one there, okay, and you're now qualified for your dual team. Basically, you have to have somebody on your left side and somebody on your right side at the 115 or higher to be qualified and eligible to receive the team commissions. Now, what's nice is, let's say somebody above you happens to put in their third person. So they've got you on their left and one on their right, and they put their third one in. What makes these fun is that person may drop down here. So this was actually the guy above you or the lady above you put this person down here. Now what that does is this adds up. So if this person right here has a $115 package, there's 80 points in volume here, and let's say they have an $80 in volume here and an 80 here. What you now have based on this is, based on your rank, what you're going to now be eligible for is anywhere from 10 to 20% in the lesser leg volume. All right, so now here's what's amazing about this compensation plan, and listen real close, is let's say this leg right here has 15 people in it. Okay, so everybody on here is just 80, 80, 80, 80 times 15. So you're looking at some decent volume. And this person right here is one person. So you think that this is your big group, right? What happens if this person goes out and let's say they enroll one person at the $50 to buy nodes, and that person, because we've seen this, goes out and buys $25,000 worth of licenses. That means that $25,000 worth of licenses has all that volume attached to it that now goes in this spot. So you think that this was your big business at one time, and this could potentially be your bigger business. What's nice is this compensation, if you're familiar with this type of compensation plan, it doesn't what they call flush, it accumulates. So if you're active, you have active, you're active with the subscription, every week that volume continues to accumulate. So back to the PowerPoint real quick. So what we're doing here is, like I said, you're making between 10 and 15% on the lesser legs volume. It has nothing to do with people. It has everything to do with volume. And again, back to what's happening is we're seeing people that are coming in with these, they're maybe buying 1 or 2 licenses, and then they're seeing them generate these tokens or getting their rewards every single day. And then they see what they can do with them, whether they can immediately cash them out or whatever. And now, boom, they're jumping right on board, and they're bringing more people. They're getting people in, and they're actually bringing, getting more licenses and so on. That's how this thing is. That's probably why, obviously, you can figure this out. Why so many people, a lot of people, not so many, but a lot of people are really making money quickly with this compensation and the way it is, because it just makes sense. Okay. All right. So one more slide. So this is the compensation table on this slide. So what I want to do is, I'm not going to go through it on here because I like it's a little cleaner it's easier to see on the PDF. So let me go to the PDF real quick for you. All right, right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to erase all this, and we're going to draw a couple things out real quick. Okay. All right, so we're going to go sideways this time. So what you have is you have your enrollment, what they call genealogy, and you have your structure genealogy. So what that means is this is you right here, and you sponsored one person here, two people. You personally enrolled. You personally enrolled these many people: 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you personally brought in 5 people. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is what's going to count for your volume. This is what's going to help you get promoted. This is what's going to achieve your ranks, that kind of thing. Now, structure-wise, this is still you, okay? But this is enrollment genealogy, and this is binary. So we'll just use E and B. What happens here is you put maybe your first person here, structure-wise, and then you placed your second one here. You placed your third one here. You placed your fourth one here, and then maybe you put your fifth one here, okay? And then maybe somebody drops somebody down here under you, and you put that kind of thing. So you're going back and forth, back and forth. You can kind of understand it. So enrollment genealogy and structure genealogy are kind of the things you need to look at. Now, what I want to do is we're going to go now to the comp plan PDF, okay? So on the comp plan PDF on pages 15 and 16, so the last 2 pages, is what you see here is this. Is you have your rank right here, the title of your rank. You have your weekly payout percentage, which is 10 all the way up to 20%. And then here's the thing right here that you need to keep track of, is the weekly pay cap. Now what that means is, with a weekly pay cap, all weekly pay caps are usually designed to do is make sure the company doesn't overpay on certain things, right? They always have to, every compensation plan in the direct selling industry has to have some kind of breakage to make, offset some guy that comes in and absolutely crushes it overnight versus, and they work all these things out strategically. However, the thing is you don't ever really have to leave any money on the table, because if you go out there and do what you need to do, as you rank up, your check's going to go up anyhow, because you obviously got more volume in to rank up. So the cap is really not there to begin with if you're doing it right, okay? So with the pay rank, what this means is this, is if we're looking at the comp plan here, so let's go back to the PDF. Let's look at executive producer for a second. That means that as an executive producer, if you're at 10%, your weekly pay, your check on your dual team only, that's your dual team only, is $2,500. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to the last picture on here, is the quick glance. Okay, we went through the fast starts, and now on the quick glance here, we're still talking about executive producer. That would mean that if you had, and here's how you get ranked to executive producer, you need 10,800 in enrollment genealogy volume. So what that means is, when you are placing people in, right? So when you're placing people into your group, this person is going to probably go out and get a couple. This one might get a couple, who get a couple, who get a couple. And let's say this guy's got a couple who are getting a couple, and so on. All right. So what we've got here is, through your enrollment genealogy, you've got 5 direct people, and 3 of them have X amount of volume. These guys have actually done something a little bigger, and now you've got some decent volume here. Now what's important is, if we go back here to the comp plan at executive producer, to be promoted to executive producer, you need a total of 10,800 in qualified rank volume. That's what QRV stands for. And then this is the important part, is you can only use 35% max from one leg to qualify. So in this case, that means that 3,780 times basically 3 gets you this number. So back to what we're talking about here is, if this leg right here had 3,780, this one had 3,780, and this one had 20,000, that would count towards your 10. Okay, that would count towards your 10,800, and you would now be an executive producer. Now, as an executive producer, what you're going to get is you're going to get the $500 the week one, 500 week two, 500 week three, week four, and however long you just, if you just stay at that rank, and obviously you just want to keep ranking up, you're going to be eligible for the 10%. So no matter what, so all these people that were dropped here, because this is how your dual team works. So this is you building your dual team. You know, you got your 1, 2, and everybody's going out and doing this. Depending on that, you're eligible for the 10%, and you're eligible for, back to the cap right there on executive producer, you're at $2,500 weekly. So as you can see, if you just did this, you know, you're not leaving any money on the table. I mean, you really aren't going to leave any money on the table unless you have somebody that comes in and just annihilates it right out of the gates. But down here, but what happens? What happens if this group right here just explodes, and you've got all this stuff going on here, and you just haven't ranked up yet? They have a thing called, banked volume. Okay, qualified bank volume, and what that means is in your back office, you're going to see that it just accumulates. It accumulates. It accumulates. And that means that when you get promoted, eventually as you get promoted, you can start pulling money out of that kind of bank, which is kind of cool. Okay, so all that being said, we've got basically a handful of ways to make money here, right? Real simple, not hard to do this. You've got your apprentice bonus, which is basically getting you 3 and free if you're on 45 and you get everybody on 45. Boom, 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 boom. You got that. You've got your weekly rank bonuses. You can go through and see exactly what you need for that. You've got your dual team, which pays out on a regular basis. And then what do we got left? The pay caps. I think I covered everything right there. Let me look at this real quick. Yeah, leg max. But all you really have to think about is this. Oh, geez, Louise, I totally forgot this. By the way, every license that you personally sell, like if you sell a license to somebody and they purchase a license, whatever that volume is, you get a percentage of that as well. Okay, you get a pretty decent percentage. So if you only came in and didn't want to do any of this, didn't want to build any teams, none of that stuff, and all you did was go out there and just sell licenses, you can actually do pretty good. And I will show you this, that if this was you right here, last thing we're going to show you is if this was you and you sold a license to a guy who's $50, he bought a $50 license subscription, and let's say he bought $50,000 worth of that. Let's say it was all Nat G's, so let's say 10, so I can do math. 6 times 10, that's 6,000 in commissionable volume here. And let's say you put another person over here and another person over here, because the $50 positions actually fall into the tree as well, in case you didn't know that. $50 positions with whatever they buy on the licenses actually can be structured. So we've seen stuff like this where a person came in that you referred that just bought a node license, and then what happened is they ended up getting excited about it because they saw the tokens kicking out and stuff like that, and then they went and told somebody, and all you got to do is just tell this person to go in and upgrade to the 115 or higher package, and now they could go out there and refer people and earn their own commission off of that. Whether they want to build a team, they can or can't. Now the other thing, last thing, is you do not have to buy a license to go sell them. Okay, so there's no requirement for that. You just have the ability at one of the 115, 145, or 180 packages to become an affiliate, to where you can refer those. Okay, you can refer as many licenses as you want. You can refer as many subscriptions as you want. That's really all we're doing, is we're referring subscriptions and licenses to people, software licenses to people. And that's why this thing, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. It's very simple. It's not complicated. We've got a really good bunch of videos out there that explain this. If you haven't seen those, watch that. But went a little longer than I thought I was going to, but hopefully you understand this. And I made it a little easier to break down, but it's real simple. Just focus on your enrollment genealogy volume. Make sure you got it kind of spread out through 3 or 4 legs. which will just add up, and then it'll all work itself out based on kind of how you structure it, and you just get to going. So anyhow, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on some other videos. Thanks.